Okay. So our film, GRATIFLY 2018, connects, I believe, with the audience to many levels. Superficial, face value, emotional. Why? Why? The true fundamental basis of our film is Blummer and Katz's 1974 gratification theory. Every act or every part of the film is based on every aspect of the theory. We have diversion, personal relationships, personal identity, and surveillance. Now the 3 V's, visceral, voyeuristic, and vicarious, shows throughout. How we interact with the audience is we don't exactly necessarily break the fourth wall, but we bring their wall into our world. It doesn't make much sense, but what I'm trying to say is we get them involved. We don't want a passive audience. We want an active audience. Hell, even if it's just, what is going on here? So eventually, what would become clear later on with all the branding and the ShamWow stuff and also the hegemonic structures is that they'll try to understand that the fly in itself is not just a fly. It's actually a social commentary on the branding and society and how it impacts on the boy, an outcast in society represented by a small school. Connecting with the audience, I say, is the employment of microelements. So using the 3 V's, we've employed a technique in Jaws where the audiences see through the eyes of the antagonist where the shark is raising up. And in this case, it is into the eyes of the fly, and that of course will bring a visceral, frightening response, but also a vicarious response of the antagonist. This is also voyeuristic in itself, so we've employed 3 V's in one scene. I've insisted in having the audiences not seeing through the visions of the boy. They're always with the boy, but they're never in the angles of the boy. Rarely do they, except in the food scene. Why? We do not want the audience to feel as they are the outcast, but to get them into the views and the voyeuristic vision of the antagonist. For them to stand by from a far distance in a long angle as the bystander who can't help, because they're just there, hands tied on the screens, witnessing the deterioration of a social outcast. And they know society's doing that. They know this is happening, but they can't do anything about it. Plus, we've also got them to endeavor through this vision of the antagonist, which means we're basically coercively dragging them into our side. So that's exactly how we want the audiences to feel, that they're the part of society. If they want to change, they have to step out from that angle. They have to get out and understand and sympathize. Taking it further, talking about active audiences, we've got them hooked now, with the narrative and also different perspectives. Speaking of perspectives, if they become an active audience and they visit our MIPA website, now getting them to be in perspective of the actual antagonist, we see GRATIFLY, we hear the GRATIFLY flying around, disrupting things. We're allowing the audiences to explore pretty much every angle, every perspective. The perspective of the boy, the perspective of the fly, the ideals, and also here we have explanations of how this company was made, of the actual institute itself. They know everything. We're giving them pretty much the front seat. It's up to their judgment to choose, well, now I know all this. Where do I stand in society? Now that is what I call impact. So GRATIFLY, if it was a real media product, it is real. How we would distribute it. We have our poster, we have our website, we have our promotional leaflets, we might have missing posters out, guerrilla marketing, and also an internet sensation, viral marketing. We could put out small clips of me, the protagonist, being spied on, and people don't know what this is about, but then at the very end of the trailer or this, we could have coming soon, GRATIFLY. And we brand it with the logo itself. That comes later on the question. Because we've used, and I've picked out very delicate props throughout the film that mean things, so it attracts people. Speaking of convergence, we could use synergy. Now, combining possibly a cleaning, utilizing, spraying tool with the GRATIFLY film and logo, it might make people, who don't watch films, maybe housewives or that kind of demographic, who buy cleaning supplies, to frequency, see no evil, hear no evil, spray all evil. That catches you instantly. What? So through synergy and also media convergence, some viral marketing, guerrilla marketing, and maybe a bit of technological convergence, we would distribute our film mainly on the basis of online to get attention, but for reaching out to wider demographics, we may have to trust the good old synergy.